What's up, guys? Welcome back. So we got a Patreon request, a Naruto Patreon request. Naruto Three Tails Cloak. So this is from Paul on Patreon. So let's go. Landscape page, use a pencil eraser and hit pause if I go too fast. So I am doing kind of like a portrait with the bubbly sort of cloak and three tails, what we can fit in the background, right? So I'm going to start with the eyes. So center point of my page about here. Right, we're just going to come over. We're going to start with these big wide eyes, right? So we're going to curve a line over and down. And they kind of like, they're real dark, so they kind of like flick out. They've got this spike on the end. They go down that way, right? You got to thicken them up. Right, so kind of like this. And then the bottom eyelid comes around here. Now they can join or stay separate. It's up to you, really. But the main thing is like he's got this sort of spike on the end here when he's in this form. And then his iris inside here. Just a circle. And with that cubey eye, so the straight line eye, just there. It's in the other eye, just over here. So we'll go around like that, and we'll thicken it up and add this sort of spike on the end. Right, and then bottom eyelid. Real wide eyes, sort of intense, he's screaming. So real big eyes. And then iris, circle. With a line down the middle. Okay. So now his headband comes across here, right? So it goes just like right like that. So kind of like a bridge or something that just comes across. You know, like a sort of a rainbow line coming across there like that. And his eyebrows will go in underneath. So we'll just go up into here. Like a check mark, sort of, to start us off. And the other one here as well. So frowning quite heavily, just there. And then the other side. Up underneath like so. The other one into there. So we have some sort of frown lines just here, like on the inside of his nose and stuff. So like these kind of wrinkles and things like that, because he is frowning pretty heavily. And we'll just tidy up this headband line. And this will eventually go behind his sideburn, which is like here. So he always has these two spikes that come down from the ends of his headband. Pretty much always, anyway, just there. So we can just see his nostrils here. Just drawn in. And then his nose, tip of his nose just comes up there from that nostril and sort of back down. because we're kind of looking up at his nose. We'll make the nostrils darker just so they stand out a little bit more, make them a bit thicker. Right, and then his mouth, so open, comes across there, real wide mouth, and then comes down the side, either side, real wide screaming, and then comes across here. It's kind of like a square. So he's got those sharp teeth on the inside. So we'll go like fangs there, and then some teeth that come across, and they're kind of just bumpy, sort of. They're not drawn in any sort of rhyme or reason sort of way. They're just two big fangs with some bumps in the middle. There's another bump on this side, and then his molars go into the back of his mouth that way. And we can see them on this side as well, like that. And then the teeth on the bottom, sharp, big ones in the corners, and then they kind of just come across like so, and then they'll disappear into the back of his mouth, sort of just this way. And his tongue, crossing down like so. And we can't see into the back of his mouth, not in the picture I'm drawn from anyway, so it's just all black inside there. So then his chin is gone underneath his collar, right? So we just have a bumping line for his collar that comes just across here, right? So it just goes like bump, bump, bit of a gap here, bump, just bumps across the bottom of his face, right? It kind of just comes down this way. His jaw will come out from here. We're kind of different on both sides, so it kind of like goes up the side of his face towards his headband on this side, and then we can see his ear on this side. All right, so we got like his head kind of turned away from us a little bit. So then his ear lines inside, so we got like just these standard kind of lines for his ear. Inside there. And then we have those scratches, so like he, you know, on his cheek. So we got like, when he's in this mode, it kind of becomes like kind of thicker and more scratchy, kind of this kind of thing. It's kind of like halfway between manga and anime sort of style. Like that, right? And then what we can see of his neck, just here, like that. And we can see a little bit of his ear on the other side, so just like coming down here. Just a small bit. Right, we'll go up and finish his hair and the rest of his headband. So on this side, coming out from behind his ear, we've got two sort of bumps for the headband. It starts to go up this way, and then we have hair spikes that stick down, right? So one there, and then the rest of the headband comes across and becomes a hair spike here, two of them. And then the rest of his headband will go down behind his ear. Like so. Then the metal plate. Then around here, up. Around there. Just put some extra lines around his eyes. I just want to make him look a bit more kind of stressed out, kind of. And then the leaf spiral. And it has a tail and a beak. Like so. And then we just have some metal dots and things, and then you can kind of have an edge line just going down there. So then rest of his hair, so just some spikes coming around this way. Like so. And spikes going down this way. Some come out from behind his ear. Go behind his neck, and maybe a couple here as well. And then, so we have his like zipper. So here it's kind of like flying off this way. And then it goes right down the middle of his jumper or sweater, as you call it in different parts of the world. And this just to draw in, we'll just go down like this. You can do this different ways, but this is like the easiest way, just these kind of zigzag lines. Like that. And we have one shoulder going off this way and down. It's normally face width, right? The width of his face will bring it kind of to the edge of his shoulder. Right to the edge. Same on the other side. Normally with a male character, it's about that, like an adult male. He's a bit younger, so it might be like a little bit thinner than his face. And it depends on the pose. But roughly, that's a good sort of rule of thumb. You don't want to go skinnier than that. It's about the width of a face. And then this goes around underneath these sorts of lines for his collar. Like so. We got like some fold lines here. And then some fold lines for his arms just this way. And he has those orange patches, like so. Right, so now, oh wait, so headband. So his headband's coming out from behind his hair, right? So here. The way it's tied at the back, and then comes out from his headband over here somewhere. Okay, so now I need an image of that cloak. Okay, so it kind of just goes around his whole body, and then we have the tails around the back, and it's kind of like bumpy, right? So he's got these. So say coming across the head, right? We'll just go bumpy across like this first, and then we'll give him the ears. So he's got these bumpy kind of ears that go up as far as you want. We'll just go to there. And then it seems to come down around his face. Like that. And then, like, so goes around every aspect of his body. So it'll go around the headband. And then around his head and his shoulders as well. Okay, so we'll go around the headband here. And around his shoulders, like that, right? And then the tails, whatever way you want to draw them. So they like come out from behind, right? So we'll do like a big one here. Coming out from his body. Go right up, I'll fit in as much as I can. And so one, and then we'll do another one coming out here. There, and like put another one coming up the middle just to show three. So this one will like go sort of off the page back that way. Coming out from behind, right? And then you got to add like all these kind of bubbles on them, right? So one, this kind of stuff. You got to make it just basically bubbly looking. This, and we do it everywhere. So I'll just go ahead and do that now. Right, and then like energy, and if you want like debris and lines and stuff all in the background, all this, because he's like, you know, there's all chakra. Just coming out from him. Kind of like that, right? But that's it. That's Naruto Three Tails Cloak. Hope it was helpful, guys. Hope it was helpful, Paul. Thanks for the request on Patreon. Anyone else? Head on over to Patreon if you have a specific request or a request that I don't normally do. And hopefully I'll get to it as quick as possible. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.